Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have coverage of the Nations Cup from this passing weekend. It's the Group 3 race around Dragon Trail Gardens. And you join me on board now, my first flying lap. As I said before, I selected Corvette as my manufacturer. I know I didn't need to use them for this race, but when doing my practice laps, I just love the stability of the Corvette over the turnability of the Hurricane and the likes of that. So in the Corvette C7 Group 3 car, going to this very tricky chicane here. That chicane is very easy to lose it. If you cut it too much, you'll get a penalty, and if you don't cut it enough, you'll hit the sausage curb and you will lose your lap. Anyways, continue down to the hairpin. You can see ahead that I'm starting to gain on the Lexus ahead of the 54. Anyways, coming around the corner here, you'll see that the Lexus runs very wide, pushing a little bit too hard and loses all of his momentum. Now, usually at this point, if it was me in his position, I would move off the racing line and let the car behind me through. However, he does the complete opposite, and I actually run into the back of him, and that will definitely hamper my time of trying to go for pole position. At this point, I was pretty upset with him, flashing him down that back straight, letting him know I was not pleased. But in return, I did get a little bit of a toe down the main straight. Didn't help in the end. Only managed to get third preliminary. Wasn't that great. Anyway, skipping forward to my actual flying lap, I was fuel burning as best as I could for the whole of the lap. With the new low tire wear and lower fuel wear, it's difficult to burn fuel. So I really wish that Gran Turismo would implement a system where we could perhaps select our fuel for quality. Anyways, here on the flying lap, you're gonna see this guy come out the pits now, and I'd expect him to move off the racing line. However, he sticks onto the apex, so I missed the apex there by quite the margin, and that is gonna cost me in the end. However, I just stuck with it, going to the tricky chicane, changing up to third early, coasting through, heading down the first back straight. I go purple, but I know that it should have been a lot more. I really wish the guys in qualifying would just move off the racing line, and if you're going to fuel burn, go below about 80 kilometers an hour, then you will ghost so people can just go through you. But regardless, just move off the racing line and be aware of where people are behind you so that you don't hamper their laps. I know for a fact they would have been shown the blue flag prompt, but anyways, still purple. We lost about a tenth there. That was due to our own fault, not the Audi. Anyways, coming to this long 4 apex right-hander coming down the second back straight here. You'll notice throughout the lap I am short shifting, but I found that the peak power is between the gear number and the very end, so I can change anywhere within there and still have peak power, which is very, very nice. That's a big up for the Corvette. Anyways, coming around here to finish our lap, we managed a 1:31.7, which does get us second, but I feel like we should have got pole, but here we are. It's the cards that we've been dealt, so we just have to deal with it. Anyways, alright, first myself second in the Corvette. We got the Lexus, the Beetle, the BMW, another Beetle, another Lexus, and then shout out to my boy FBR Seb. He's an affiliate of GTS Racing, and he did very well to get 8th. Unfortunately, his race didn't go so well. He was punted off on the first lap in the chicane. Yeah, it's very important at this racetrack to get some clean air, get away from everyone. Unfortunately, he was in the thick of it, and somebody bumped into him and pretty much ruined his chances at the race. So yeah, anyways, we're going to be at the start of the race now. What was going through my mind here was I didn't need to stop, I didn't need tires, and I didn't need fuel, so it was just like an endurance race, just patience. Anyways, here we go. Start, jump straight into the slipstream of the Audi. Gonna go through the first corner here, nice and easy. Try not to overdo it. The Audi overdoes it just a little bit, but I get a much better run through the first turn. Coming to the chicane now, hit my braking point, down to second, and then holding second, up to third early, coasting through, and I'm getting a fantastic run here on the Audi R8. I'm gonna definitely go for the inside line here. If he doesn't leave, if he leaves it open, he does. So I shoot to the inside. Gonna go for it under brakes, hit my braking point, down to first gear, and now the Audi doesn't see me there, and he bumps into me, and I nearly lose it, but I keep it under control. Now I'm gonna move back to the racing line, following the racing line, going into this corner. The Audi behind me is gonna just lick the stamp and send it straight into me. He managed to get past me, bumps me out the way, but he overcooks the next corner and he loses it. And you saw there I had to slam on brakes because I genuinely thought I was going to crash into the side of him, but he ghosted at the last second, and that allowed the Lexus through. So going to the 4 apex right hand here, I get a much better run through than the Lexus. Going to go behind him, he's going to move right, I'm going to move left to the inside, and I'm just going to simply outbrake him by quite a bit. He braked very early, which was very surprising. He must have thought that the tyre was going to be very bad under braking, but in the end it wasn't that bad. Anyways, I'm in front of him now going down the front straight. I'm going to move all the way over left, try and break the slipstream, because that Lexus is starting to get onto the back of me. Going through the first corner here, I'm going to hold my line. The Lexus is going to get a little bit of a better run than me, but he doesn't decide to send it up the inside. However, he is right on my tail now, so I have to be aware that any mistake and he'll be through. So going through the chicane, no problems at all. Now going down the first back straight. The Lexus is a little bit further away from me, but he is still close enough to take a shot. As you see in the top right there, the Lexus has a little look up the inside, but he knows that I was too far ahead, so yeah, he didn't manage to get me under braking at the hairpin. So my state of mind was now just to run my own race and follow the line and try and look after my tyres as best I could. Fuel wasn't an issue, so it was all about just looking after the tyres, especially the right hand tyres. They were suffering the most. Anyway, skipping one lap ahead here, I had a bit of a bad lap and Lexus had a much better one, so he's getting quite a good run of me here onto the last corner. I'm going to run my normal line, and the Lexus is going to be a lot closer than I'd like to me on the front straight here. So I'm going to move over the far left again, watch for when he is behind me, and then quickly cut back across, try and brake the toe, and then take the first corner as simply as possible. You can see that he got the fastest lap. He was over 2/10 quicker than me, actually no, 4/10 quicker than me on that lap, so I knew that I had a bit of a race and I just had to keep focused. Anyways, skipping right to the end of the race, in the end I just kept doing my 132s, 133s, remained consistent throughout the lap, so I managed to pull away a 9.8 second gap. I think that was also due to second and third fighting, so that helped me a lot. They were fighting amongst each other and that gave me a chance just to break away. It's key to know that when you're in these races, that fighting will lose you a lot of time, especially when someone in front of you is consistently running with clean air. I might not have a slipstream, but I'm not swerving around on the track. Anyways, you can see I'm being very cheeky and giving flashes for victory, even though there's still one more corner. I won't lie, I was crapping myself on this last corner, because if I lost it, I would look like such a knob for celebrating before I actually got the victory. But now I'm flashing down the straight, easy to the line, and yeah, that's it. Managed to get a victory. Very happy with that victory. Unfortunately, Seb only managed 14th. Wasn't his fault, he did get punted off. I feel his pain. We've all been there when you try so hard in these FIA races and then you just get punted off. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyways, we are going to go now to Victory Lane. You can't tell me that Corvette does not look great. Thank you, Vodka, for the livery. You're a legend, and I'm very, very happy with my livery and representing Team GTS. Yeah, 23rd victory in my career. I feel like that's pretty good for someone at my skill level. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like or comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Yeah, thanks for the views, guys. More content tomorrow. Cheers.